Jamaica. We have never done it before, and I think it's a beautiful concept.
The medical services branch is actually extremely important because we focus on the health of the police officers.
They don't know that we do sketches, we do ID parades. The technology sections, they don't know about us. So this is like educating the public so they can better utilize the JCF.
The four-day show-stopping exposition of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF's work, grabbed the attention of the public, who came out in their numbers. The event displayed the advanced integration of technology into the day-to-day operation of the police force. It demonstrated how the men and women of the JCF are embracing and employing these technologies. Take, for example, creating a digital facial composition of suspects.
The time you take to create that image depends on the witness memory.
And having a digital database to facilitate ID parades. These techniques are very integral in the crime-fighting process to solve cases.
Before, there were instances where persons had to go to the cells to pick out that perpetrator. And you know how intimidated that might have been to be faced with thugs. But now we have what we call a ProMat system, where we put the person, the identification parade on the computer, as you see being displayed on our computer here. So you no longer are required to see that person physically, but you actually look on a computer and pick out that person from a lineup.
Then there are the body cameras that are worn by officers to capture interactions or altercations with the public. These devices are designed to give real-time information while on location, sending first-hand signal straight to the command center. The interaction was much different at the Weapons and Tactical Training Unit. The weapons and devices on display tell another level of specialized training officers on the front line must undergo to use these tools with precision.
Starting with this one, this big one, everybody is always fascinated with this one. Everybody. So this is the Barrett 50 caliber rifle. This is not really used to shoot human beings, but it's used to disable vehicles, crafts, boats, destroy material, walls, building, those things.
This is one of the most visited booths, and while persons would have loved to hold one of the firearms, the less lethal devices were best suited.
The JCF teaches us what is called Plan JM, so the force must be proportionality, right? We're talking about proportionality. So it all depends on the level of force that the suspect is using. You determine, the officer, which level of force you can use to subdue that suspect.
Another level of training on display is the ability to detect the smuggling of narcotics and weapons. And no matter how creative the ideas are, in Bibles, Bulla, you name it, these officers will find it. They have a 95% success rate. The Inchai private eyes are also very skillful at detecting counterfeit documents, currencies, and apparels. Meanwhile, on the seas is another set of officers protecting our borders from transshipment and transnational crimes. The Transformations Expo also exposed the softer side of the JCF, such as the personal relationships formed at the community level through the Community Safety and Security Branch. The other areas were the medical and chaplaincy units, taking a holistic approach to the welfare of these first responders.
We do counseling, we conduct devotions, we plan seminars for our members. We also offer CISD, that is Critical Incident Stress Debriefing, whenever time a member is in shootout, just to alleviate the repercussions of stress. We debrief those members. We also do weddings, funerals, and we not only cater to our members, but the family of our police officers.
So it's not only the physical health, we focus on the mental, emotional, psychological health, because a police officer comes under stress, extreme stressful situations daily, and we're there to assist them to be healthier individuals.
And you can see why. The SWAT team is always ready to respond to high-risk situations, and the forensic team combs through crime scenes and use high-tech equipment to analyze the data.
Physical evidence does not lie. So when a crime scene is processed for physical evidence, it has to be done in such a way that the integrity of the evidence is maintained throughout that entire process. Because when the witnesses will fail in terms of what they would have perceived, or if they would have manipulated the information in some other way, the physical evidence does not.
It's a clear indication of the advances we have made in modernizing, digitizing, and transforming the force for good into a technology-driven 21st century police.
I think we can compete with almost any other country in terms of our law enforcement effort and the technology that are now being introduced within the JCF and the quality of people in terms of their competencies and their capacity. We do have that as a force.
Further evidence of this is at the technology booth. Here we see firsthand the use of facial recognition CCTV cameras clearly capturing persons as they enter the arena. The cameras are also able to detect license plates, vehicle types, and models. These high-tech devices are part of the Jamaica Eye network of over 800 cameras placed at strategic locations across the island. The use of drones is also part of the specialized operations of the police force.
As you look at the capabilities being displayed by the JCF, you will realize that it is not a PR stunt, that everything that you see displayed here represents a threefold increase in the capital budget of the JCF in the last 8 years.
Most people have interactions with us is when they're having a bad day. This is an opportunity to see the humanness behind that face of the police, to share in that humanity, to share in the journey.
The overall objective of the Expo was to reinforce public confidence that the force is equipped to ensure safety and security. At the same time, the JCF is signaling to criminals that it has the resources to go after them. So what's the takeaway from such an extraordinary event that was conceptualized and executed by the men and women of the JCF?
I think the Expo is very good. I mean, it seems that the JCF is very advanced technology-wise. And I mean, with all these things that I've seen thus far, I believe our crime rate should definitely be less.
Everybody is saying that the JCS is not doing this and not doing that, and we can't control crime or anything, but this is an eye-opener.
I'm glad that the public now get a better understanding of some of the things that we do, because sometimes we are underrated. But now they will understand that we are not the old antiquated police force. We are now a modern police force going through a process of transformation.
Persons are really surprised at the technology, the knowledge and the skills that we possess and the extent to which we actually process crime scenes here.
Well, as you can observe, based on the setup, you can see that there are a lot of bright minds in the JCF. We are here, bright people. We fit in anywhere in the world.
We want people to know that the JCF, we are a part of Jamaica. We are from Jamaica. We are from you, the community. All we require is your help, your understanding, your trust, partnership. That is all we ask.
So we want you to know that the force is a force for good. It's somewhere that you need to join. Encourage your children. Encourage your neighbors to come and join us. There are many different avenues, many different ways you can serve the force.